I just analyzed all these pairs. I'm going to show you which ones I'm going to be interested for next week. It's going to be these first five, these ones. First one, the best one, EUR AUD. We go to the weekly time frame. As we can see, the past weeks we had a bullish trend. However, in the last week, we broke under the higher low, which means we're gonna start heading bearish, probably. If we go to the daily time frame, we're gonna see the same, but in daily candlesticks, higher low, higher high, and we start going down. So we can see we have the last previous structure point right here for the daily and here for the weekly. I'm going to explain these two squares that I have here, these two rectangles. As we can see, in the past, these two rectangles, these two areas were basically resistance, support, resistance, 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 support, 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 resistance. Support, resistance here. So basically, price tends to go to these areas and bounce either up or either down, either bullish or bearish. As we can see here, looking at the past two, we see literally the same situation that we have now. We have higher low, the higher low right here, the higher high, the higher high, some structure. Well, here we don't have that many structure, but it just had some structure here and it broke bearish. Same here, we broke bearish. And what happened here? We had a pullback to the last previous structure point, to this zone right here that I have marked too. And what do we need this time to confirm that we're still gonna go bearish? Same thing. We need a pullback to this area. We are gonna be this time rejecting the EMA, this 65,500, so a round psychological level, last previous extraction point on the daily, and last previous extraction point on the weekly too. So we go to the 4 hour, we see that we're still bearish. What do we need in order to take the trade? First of all, I always wait for pre-London or London, pre-New York, New York to take a trade because I need that volume, that push. So when do we need this push? When are we getting in? Basically, as you can see, we're bearish on the 4 hour as well. For the pullback, we're probably gonna, for sure, if it's a pullback, we're gonna need the 4 hour to be bullish. So the 4 hour is gonna come bullish. It's gonna reject the previous structure point on the daily, which is kind of right here. The one on the weekly is kind of here, but the weekly started here, so it's probably just gonna be a wick by the end of the week. So in these two areas, as I said before, price is gonna bounce. So it's either gonna bounce up or bounce down. We have more things going to our side. We have the EMA right here. The EMA on the daily looks beautiful as well. We have this round psychological level. So we just need price to start heading up, 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 up. We see a bullish trend, and as soon as we delete this bullish trend and start going bearish, as soon as we switch to bearish, we're gonna probably go to the previous structure point. Same thing we're doing on the daily and on the weekly, and we're gonna start going down. This is gonna basically mean that we're bouncing off this zone and we're bouncing down. This basically, it means we're going bearish for the 4 hour, because on the daily we're already bearish. And if we get a candlestick to close and reject this zone, last previous structure point, EMA. We basically need this. This time it happened with 3 candles, so 3 days. It might happen on 1, on 2, it doesn't matter. We're just waiting for the pullback and the 4-hour switch. I'm gonna try to see the 4-hour here so I can show you better. As you can see, this is what we're looking for. This is where we are right now. As of this moment, we're right here. So it's a bearish trend. Right now we started hearing bullish here, bullish. Here it switched to bearish for a little, but it went all the way here. We need the pull down, el pullback to go all the way up here or over there. It depends. We have the EMA as well. So as soon as we see this bearish from here, it just basically means we're gonna start heading bearish. Almost sure. It's never so sure. Anything can happen, you already know, but we kind of have to take something that makes sense. And if I'm gonna take a trade, it's gonna be this, but right here. It's what makes the most sense. And why do I have my take profit here? Well, as you can see from here to over here, this is the other next zone that we have where price usually bounce. Support, resistance, etc. So I'm expecting price to come all the way here, and here we'll see if it bounces, but this is gonna be my take profit. If we start going bearish, it's almost confirmed that it's gonna be until here, and here we'll see if it goes, if it bounce up like here, or if it keeps bouncing down like here, or if it's gonna have pullback, whatever. So this is a trade that I'm gonna be looking to get in, probably around here. This is the 1 hour. You can also check the 1 hour. I always check the 1 hour actually to confirm that we are bearish as well. And if you look at the market structure and things like that, you can see we need something like this, like a candle, a big candle that basically shows that we're gonna start heading bearish. And this is a really high probability trade that I love for this week. Hopefully happens. This one is a little different, maybe more tricky. Well, yes, definitely. I'm gonna explain why, but I like it a lot. And I usually don't take trades like this. But look at this: weekly, bullish; daily, we're bearish. As you can see, I have these two areas, and well, just to show you, resistance, support, resistance. And I'm basically waiting for something like this. I would like to avoid all of these, but the weekly time frame is basically telling us that we're gonna keep going up because we're bullish. The daily tell us otherwise. We're going bearish. In the case we wanna still go bearish and hopefully, or maybe, change this bullish trend and keep this bearish trend on the daily, so we start going bearish on the weekly, we need a pullback to this last previous structure zone and this area. It's not guaranteed, but there's a high chance that we need it. And we have an area right here where the price just stops. So if I can see in the 4 hour a confirmation that we're gonna go bullish, which I'm kind of seeing right now, it's not close to 3 a.m., which is London, or maybe 2-1 pre-London. But basically, what I need here is something like this, which is already happening, which is price to switch bullish, reject this previous structure point, show me that it's not gonna bounce down from here, but otherwise it's gonna bounce up. So I'm waiting for price to break, retest, and come all the way up here to see what happens on the daily, which it can still go bearish and maybe try to change the weekly time frame to bearish, or it's still gonna go up because the weekly is up, it's bullish, so the daily maybe it's gonna start going bullish as well. It will make a lot of sense. The price has to reach here, either to go up as the weekly tell us, or to go down as the daily and the 4-hour were telling us until this happened. But in case we still go bearish, we need to get to this level and reject this area and this previous structure point and the EMA. So I think it's a perfect time to take a trade like this. I have an example, same thing that we did in the past chart. We went to the past, we look at what happened in the past. I'm going to show you guys on the 4-hour. As you can see, this time was different because we broke this this previous lower low, creating what we think is a rejection, or what I think it was a rejection. Yeah, I mean, it rejected the price, but it stopped here. As you can see, there's rejection here, support, and at this time it was support. So in case price comes all the way here, of course, I'm gonna be interested on taking a bearish trade, something like this here. But for now, I'm really interested on the price getting here because it just makes sense for the weekly and it makes sense in some way also for the daily. So I just need the 4-hour to do this, break, retest, and just keep going up. And maybe here it's gonna happen like this, that it went bullish, or maybe it's gonna go down, but as soon as the price gets here, I'm taking my bag and yeah, that's what I'm looking for in this chart. We have these two other JPYs. This was a little different because we have the weekly as bearish, the daily as bearish as well, and the 4-hour bearish as well. So I'm trying to go bearish on this one. However, we have the previous structure point here on this respected area. Why is it respected? You see support, 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 support. And even if we keep scrolling to the left, to the past, we see resistance, whatever this is, support, 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 I guess support, whatever. It looks kind of choppy here, but we see that is a well-respected area. Last perfect structure point again. Maybe in the 4-hour has the MA. Do we? It's getting there. It's getting there. So maybe that's a maybe. And we have a 190 round number. So round psychological number as well. 190, really clean. And we basically need the same thing that I've been talking about. 4-hour to start going bullish. The pullback. For the pullback, it's a must that the 4 hours gonna go bullish because here is the lower low, lower high, and here's the where we need the pullback. So it's good that we turn bullish on the 4 hour. So as soon as we can turn bearish here, it's just an indication that the trade is bouncing down from this area. So it's gonna be the same thing for CAD JPY. We're bearish on both markets. Let's see. We are bearish here. Last previous structure point. Last previous structure point right here. This one. And I just need the same thing. 4 hour to start going up. I also check the 1 hour to see that it's doing the same. If the 4 hours going bearish, the 1 hour has to be bearish as well. But as you can see, for example, here, let me use this one. It's gonna be really quick. I'm expecting price to go up here, pull back on the 4 hour. As you can see, this line is pretty close to the previous structure point. On the 4 hour, it's the previous lower high. And this is how it's gonna look probably on the 1 hour. We're gonna start going bullish on the 4 hour, and this is how it's gonna look on the 1 hour. As we see, we have a lot of respect at a structure here. I don't mark the zones on the 1 hour because there could be many, and for example, like here, but this is a clear one. Even here, like resistance, support. So as soon as we also on the 1 hour break all this structure, and we see that we're gonna start heading to the downside, and on the 4 hour we look at the same, it's basically almost confirmed that we're gonna start going bearish. Where's my take profit? It's here. Last time this happened, like something like this, we went all the way here. So I'm expecting to get a 3, even maybe a 3 at least, yeah, with a good stop loss. I like it. There's a lot of zone for market structure to happen in case it doesn't happen right away, which it never happens, maybe like right away. It sometimes does actually, but we're expecting price to have some market structure here sometimes, and we need to not be greedy. A lot of times I used to put the stop like this, like really like just on top of the lower low, and a lot of times maybe it doesn't close here the candle, but we have wicks, so I give like how many pips? This is 15 pips from the zone, just to confirm. Last one. I'm not the biggest fan of this one because of the last weeks. I haven't had many good trades. I think all the trades that I've been taking here, they end up as losses. Because what the fuck is this? But so we can see here, we're bearish. I like that candle though. Daily, we're going bearish as well. We're breaking all the support. So maybe if the candlestick closes like this, just the way it is, although it's Sunday and the week is just starting, the day is just starting too, so anything can happen. But we're basically waiting for this to go bullish, which looks like already is bullish. It's rejecting the EMA as well. So I'll just go to the 1 hour and wait for something like this. At some point, it's gonna create some more structure around here, and then it's gonna turn bearish, reject this EMA, previous structure point and this zone. And if we go here and we reject this area, we're probably gonna go to the bearish finally. Where is the take profit? This is pretty good because I don't think the price will stop before here, this area. Because yeah, I don't see any structure here. Yeah, no. If the price stops to bounce either up or down, it's gonna be on this level. Let's see the weekly EMA. Okay, it's kind of far. So this is what I'm looking for in this trade. However, I prefer this one, and I like this too. But I really want to take this trade. It's like I feel, I don't know. I usually don't take trades where um, where the where it's always where it's not always going either bearish on the daily and the weekly. So if the time frames are not in sync, I don't take the trade. But in this one, it looks really good. It looks pretty good. So this one's gonna be the first one for me. Second, this is a tie, whatever looks best in the moment if it happens. And this is gonna be my last one. In case you trade silver or any futures or anything, I don't really do, but I've been taking a look at silver and at some of the others just to try it out. Not the biggest fan though. I stick to the Forex ones, but I do see a good opportunity here. I'm gonna explain it really quick. We're bearish, we broke, we're going bullish now. This is the last previous structure point. It looks like we rejected that structure point on this wick, on this last week. If we go to the daily, you can see it better. We were bearish all the way here. Bearish. We turned bullish. We came back. We rejected this previous structure point. We turned bullish. We keep going bullish and we keep going bullish. So I'm waiting for this candle that it looks that already rejected this zone to go all the way up here. I'm just trying out things, testing out some things. Price could even come all the way up here actually, which was something that I was looking for. I really like the idea of price coming at least all the way here. But yeah, this is what I have for this week, especially this 5. And I wish you a very good luck this week on the tradings. Try not to take trades on emotions. And I wish nothing but the loss for you.